Greetings from the deck of the airship Isabella. I'm Sky Captain Cedric Greyhawk Whitaker, Captain of the Isabella. What I hold in my hands is a guidebook for a new card game called Twisted Skies. Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly an airship into combat? Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in our world and trade cargo back and forth across the multiverse? To take on air pirates? To be an air pirate? Well, now's your chance. Twisted Skies is a game that's being produced by Mad Raven Productions in accordance with Airship Isabella Productions to bring you a chance to play in the worlds that we live in. So it would do me a huge honor if you will help us support this game and help us get this out there so people can see the magic of the world we play in. I'm Sky Captain Sir Cedric Greyhawk Whitaker, and I support this message.
When considering Twisted Skies, the first cards you should know about are ship cards. Everybody who plays the game gets a ship card. This is your magnificent steampunk airship that your crew takes adventures on as they travel through the multiverse. Ship cards have a couple of interesting dynamics. Number one, they decide how many crew members and how much technology your ship can carry. Number two, they decide how much victory points you must score in the game to win. Large ships with lots of weapons and lots of crew require more points to win the game, whereas smaller, lighter ships, while being weaker with less weapons and less crew members, usually have lower victory totals and can try to win a speedy victory. Twisted Skies is a 2-deck game. That means in the card game you use 2 different decks, one known as a manifest deck and one known as a catalyst deck. Manifest cards will be what we look at first. Manifest cards include crew cards, which are of course your bold characters of the steampunk universe, out for adventure and profit amongst the multiple dangers of the multiverse. And then you've got tech cards, either personal tech, which is things like guns and swords and other such paraphernalia that your crew member carry to aid them in their adventures, or ship tech cards, and these are upgrades for your airship that make them possible to wage war against other ships or merely just survive the perils of multiverse travel such as piracy and surprise attacks by hostile forces. These are both found in the manifest deck, and a lot of these get used in the game. Crew cards include all the information that you need to complete missions. If your crew card doesn't have the necessary keywords to complete the mission card, then they won't be able to complete it or get the victory points. On the other hand, all crew cards have some kind of box ability. These box abilities do unique and quirky things in the game, like allow you to switch tech with other players, or draw extra cards from the decks, or take certain cards off of the table altogether. And every one of them adds a unique aspect to the game as they come into play. You'll notice that crew cards also have a tech rating. This shows you exactly how much tech you can put on one of your cards. It wouldn't be a very good game if everybody could walk around with 6 or 7 6-shooters or 8 or 9 swords. And so to make sure that there's balance in the game, there's a limit, called a tech rating, on every crew card. Tech cards, as said before, come in 2 varieties. Personal tech, which of course is the weapons, armor, and equipment that your characters carry with them on their adventures, and ship tech cards, which are of course upgrades such as improved armor or improved weapons or special engines that help your airship operate better in the perils of the multiverse. In game terms, both of these cards merely give you bonuses or minuses to ship combat rolls, which we'll discuss in a minute. Now let's talk about catalyst cards. The catalyst deck has 2 types of cards in it. And these cards are named catalyst cards because they're the cards in the game that really get things going. First of all, let's take a look at mission cards. Mission cards have a set of criteria that you meet by having the right crew members or even the right tech on the board. Once you do this, you receive victory points that are stated on the mission card. This allows you to achieve your victory total and win the game. Interrupt cards are the other cards that come out of the Catalyst deck. And interrupt cards do exactly what they say they do. They interrupt the course of play by either aiding or hurting the player. And this includes things like bonuses to dice rolls, additional quick equipment, or, unfortunately, it can also include things like ninjas or zombies or apes in battle armor. This is a steampunk game that jump out in your way and stop you from completing your mission. As such, it should be fairly obvious that interrupt cards are the cards that you play to help yourself out or to hurt the other players as play goes along. As such, they're very popular, and towards the end of the game, you'll find yourself throwing these interrupt cards around fast and furiously as you try to get your own victory total achieved while blocking other players. I mentioned dice rolls because the game has a mechanic called combat rolls that can either be made by your ship or your crew cards, depending on what interrupts or what certain mission cards require. These mechanics are covered more in the basic instructions, and I don't want to give too much away, but needless to say, you always want to succeed at your combat rolls, or any kind of steampunk emergency can happen to you, such as, one of your devices explodes, or your airship catches on fire and falls out of the sky. Anything can happen. It is a steampunk game. Finally, I want to mention promo cards. That's right. What good card game would be out there without some kind of exclusive, rare, hard-to-find promotional card? We've all seen them. No matter what card game you play, everybody wants those super secret, hard-to-come-by, straight from the manufacturer cards with the extra cool gee-whiz stuff that makes them, maybe a little overpowered, but gosh, they sure are fun. To help out this Kickstarter, we're going to issue our first set of promo cards to all those who back us and help us out at a certain level. These promo cards work within the game and are all based again around the characters of the airship Isabella. But instead of featuring some of their photographs, it features unique art designed specifically for those characters by our talented illustrator, David Orenday. These special cards are available only through the Kickstarter or only if you meet with the airship Isabella at one of their numerous appearances across the country. And so a chance to get them here at this Kickstarter is your best chance to get your hand on a power edge at the start of the game.